Joe Burrow said that this week's game in Arizona, facing the fighting Josh Dobbs, the fighting Jonathan Gannons, is a must-win. He went there. Said it was a must-win.
I agree. Don't you agree with him?
I do. Here's what else he said.
That's not gonna get anybody anywhere. So you just adapt to what you're dealing with, adapt to how you need to play, and you take that week to week, day to day.
Probably you've been through a lot over the course of your entire football career. Is this maybe the toughest stretch you've been through?
It's been a tough couple weeks. That's for sure. But we're gonna get through it. We got tough, resilient guys in there. We got mentally tough guys that have been through a lot. So we know how to handle these situations. It's tough right now, but we're gonna get through it.
He said a lot of things yesterday. Also said, and here's the biggest headline, that he feels better after this game on a Wednesday than he has the entire season. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. For an offense that truly does appear broken, not just broken as it did last September when they figured it out, and they were fine and made it to the AFC Championship game, but more broken because he can't move, because his leg, in essence, is broken. His calf is broken, and they can't move him out of the pocket. It is difficult to watch. But he did say it was a must-win. Now, we don't have that soundbite, but I'll play it out for you. It went like this. Reporter was almost like unsure about whether or not they should ask it. And he said, Joe, do you guys in the locker room feel like this is almost, and then he dragged it out, must-win game for you guys? And before he got the last part, for you guys out, Joe cut him off and said, yes. And they said, why? He said, well, for the locker room. He said, for the rankings, he meant the standings. But just overall, we need to win this game. I commend Joe Burrow for admitting the obvious. I commend you. Thank you. Now, somebody would say, well, what do you want him to say? No, it's not a must win. It's fine if we lose. It's fine if we lose. Nah, it's good. He can't say that. What he could say, what most people say is this: I'm not going to get boxed in on this. I'm never going to say any game is a must-win game. It's a long season. This is the game ahead of us. We want to win, right? But I think he also realizes the Ravens are 3-1. They've lost to the Ravens. Ravens get the Steelers this week, but not the point. They have looked bad. The Bengals aren't just losing. They have looked bad. They need to win. The Rams should have beaten them, to be honest with you. Sean McVay should have gone for it on fourth down. He should have. Rams should have beaten them. I don't know why you didn't give Zach Thomas help when Alaric Jackson got hurt playing left tackle. A lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. You could do a lot of. There have been 64 games played in the NFL so far this year. All right, 64 through 4 weeks, right? Yeah, 64 games played.
Correct.
There are a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda so far. All right. One of them is in that game in Cincinnati. Rams should have won that game. Bengals would be winless right now. To their credit, they're not. They won. Yay, good for you. But I think they have their hands full this week in Arizona. I don't think Arizona is the team that beat the Cowboys, and I don't think they're the team that lost as badly as they did to the Niners. I think they're somewhere in the middle, clearly. They are not the worst team in football like we thought at all. But you, with Joe Burrow, even Joe Burrow in one leg, should go on the road and beat this team. You should. So, yeah, it kind of sort of is a must-win game. I commend you, Joe, for being honest. But there's always the flip side, which is if you lose, then how do you answer next week? I am never, ever worried about how Joe Burrow can handle the podium. He handles it as well as anybody. But I am worried about how well he could manage a pass rush because he can't move, and it is difficult to watch. I mean, it is really uncomfortable to watch unless you're a fan of the other team.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.